And I love Monday because it's, a lot of people really think Monday's the first day of the week, and it's not, it's Sunday. But sometimes you need like a mindset jolt, and that's what we're here for. So good morning, everyone. I apologize for that background noise if you hear that, a few people mowing their lawns out on this Monday morning. But good morning, it's Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with
TwoSistas, and good morning, everyone. It's Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. No, I have not yet taken a shower, and it's a good thing that we're on video because I'm sneaky, sweaty, smelling mess. But that is all good, and I will tell you why. Mindset, and what a great way to segue into mindset. My mindset has been like all over the place lately, right? With everything going on. And it occurred to me this weekend, obviously, I took some time out to catch up with a lot of things, but I also, as I was going through how I want my week to go, ultimately, however we react to something or not react to something often sets the tone for your mindset. And my foundation that truly gets my day up and running, that makes me like, kick it out of the water, punch it out of the water, whatever you want to call it, is my morning routine. So I did my 2 45-minute worked I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm ready to dive right on into Monday. Let's do this.
That's awesome. And, and for everyone, it's different. You may not be that morning person that, gets out of bed and goes right to that workout, or, maybe you really need more of a mindset that's more in a calming manner, like just, kind of putting you at ease with the world, with yourself, with your surroundings. Some people like to journal first thing in the morning to get their mindset right. Some people like to read the Bible, something inspirational. And I think the key piece is do what fits you, do you. There's no right way or wrong way to get in the mindset, but we're here to give you some healthy tips, healthy ideas, because your healthy mindset is also going to impact the rest of your body. We have so many different systems within our body, right? We've got a cannabinoid system, we've got our gut system, we've got a reproduction system, we've got our heart system, we've got our, lungs, all these different systems, right? Our autoimmune system, and all these things, if you are stressed, are you under pressure? Are you not feeling your best? Maybe you're feeling a little depressed, down about, maybe you're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Maybe your surroundings are driving a little cray-cray. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Well, that all sadly impacts your health and wellness because it affects your mind. So we have I always say that we have two minds in our body. A lot of people think we're a little nutty when we chat about that. But of course you have your mind, but you also have your gut health, which is like your second brain. So we've got kind of two things going on here that totally impact our overall health, our overall wellness, how our body functions. And the problem with that, think of somebody, sadly, that's going through a cancer treatment. Now, the chemicals that are going in their body is to kill the almighty, disgusting, dirty demon of cancer and everything that it does and how it erodes our body. But sadly, the medication that you need to do that is very strong and also impacts the rest of your health and wellness, because then some people vomit, you get very tired, you're very nauseous. But these are all the things that you have to endure to beat that bad bastard, right? Which is cancer. You have to have a strong mindset, and sometimes it's just not easy. We get that, we know that. Maybe you're struggling. Things that are going on in our world, our economy, things are, we're just craziness with the cost of things that drives people nuts if you're not working, or if your hours were cut, or you're trying to find a job, and there's so many jobs out there, yet maybe no one's getting back to you just yet. Or it could be, the stress for a lot of families that have school-age children. They're worried about, are they going back to school full-time? Are they going to have to, wear the thing across, the duct tape across their mouths? Because basically that's what I look at it as. And then, all these different viruses that they're talking about, these variants that are coming up. So we are in, like, I would have to say from a humanity standpoint, our mindset is really being challenged right now. Don't you think, Jen? It's just really being challenged to the kind of that breaking point. And you do you find whatever works for you to get through these hurdles, to jump over some of these steps you need to just skip. Now, we always talk about taking baby steps. Some of them steps just skip. If they are not serving you justice, if they're not helping your health and wellness, if you're finding that you're more thinking about that kind of stuff than thinking about the good stuff, just walk off that cloud, walk off that stuff. What do you think, Jan?
Well, yeah, I have to agree. And the thing with mindset is, obviously everybody knows what kind of has transpired with our family the last, technically it's 3 weeks today. So I think what you have to do when you're in a situation, you have to allow yourself to feel what you need to process and feel in order to move forward. And I think that's exactly what I did this weekend, a much needed kind of mental relaxation break, and to kind of focus on the things that need and want to keep me strong, that keep me on my toes, that will allow me to help my son as he navigates his injury and what he needs to do. So it's really about, if you feel you maybe want to sit down for an hour and watch a little TV. And although I was watching TV here and there, I really wasn't paying all that much attention. I was just like kind of mentally relaxing. And that was like a distraction to kind of help me get through that. So rule number one for me, for mindset, is allow yourself to feel what you need to feel to process and move forward, because we can't go backward. We can only go forward. And that helps you to refocus your energy. Your energy is what keeps you going, what keeps you motivated. So one of the things that I had set out before any of this had happened was, excuse me, to read 10 books before September 1st. And obviously we're getting close to September 1st. It's hard to say. I am almost done with book number 9, and I'm kind of excited about that I'm going to meet that goal. 10 books was kind of a lofty kind of goal, but I'm very excited about that, and, learn so many different things, and going to apply different mindset strategies, if you will. And I think that in the broad light, even when it's kind of doom and gloomy like it is here today, we're supposed to get rain today, create your own sunshine, create your own magical way to help others, to, inspire others to do the same. And I am inspired and continue to be just overwhelmed with joy and emotion. People that have called me, sent everyone text messages, and thank you. That has like, okay, let's go. Let's get this ball rolling. So Mindset Monday is so important, not just to myself, but to everyone out there. You have to do your own thing. Be gentle and kind to yourself. Do your own thing, and know you can reach out to others and ask for help, and that's okay. So that's
that's a big hurdle for a lot of people, where you say, hey, I'm not doing well, especially when I always it enters my day probably, I don't know, 6-7 times a day, the word posture. And I can't say enough about that, because it also takes a postured person to ask for help. That's not an easy thing to do. It's a hurdle, because if people are leaning on you or expect that you're going to be the one to pick up the pieces, and they don't realize that you're the one that's crumbling, that's kind of like ooh, how do I handle that? Like, they're depending on me, but I'm not feeling that good. My mindset's not there. How am I going to do this? And you have to know and set your boundaries and your limitations of what you can do. Because I always say, if you're not willing and postured enough to put it out there that you need help, you're no good to anybody. And I think the big thing, especially key for women, more so probably than men, because men have that kind of that structured role in women's, and I'm not saying that men don't have a role that kind of goes in multi directions, but you will find more than not, it's mostly women that are going in a few different directions, juggling, like you're a juggler, and you're juggling and balancing, and it's a balancing act and juggling. Where do I have to be? Who do I have to help out? You know, what am I doing for my children? What appointments do they have to go to? And somehow squeeze your own self-care within that time frame. And it's difficult. And that's okay that it's difficult. You know, I always say that things, if they come easy to you, or life just seems laissez-faire, which that's a great way to think. Life isn't laissez-faire. Life isn't perfect. Life can get tough, it can get ugly, it can get hard, and that's part of the journey. And that's really speaks out to all of humanity, because we all are different. We all have different situations, but the one thing that we have is that community of others that are willing to step up to the plate when maybe your plate is like really ready to tip. So I think the key piece to mindset is really knowing your limitations and saying, you know what, today I'm tuning out the world. I'm going to relax. I'm going to paint my toenails. I'm going to, go for that massage. I'm going to go for that walk. And, when I talk about, with fitness and activity and with your mindset, you don't have to go out there and kill at people. If you are like in that zone of not in a good place, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, go out for a stroll. How about a stroll? And when you're going out for that stroll, you can actually probably notice things that you wouldn't normally notice if you're out there power walking. Some people, I see a lot of power walkers out there, they've got their headphones on. I like to know my surroundings, so I don't like to wear earplugs in that moment, because there's something to say about just little hints of what's going on with nature. We always talk about life as seasons, and what season are you in? Not just meaning the 4 seasons of weather-wise. So you really have to kind of get in tune to your inner self. And that is not easy to do. It's not easy to do if you're in this furious workout to get that workout in. It's not that easy to do when you're like running around, running errands, or trying to balance what's going on at home, or, whatever's going on. Being in tune with yourself and really focus on yourself is really almost for me, and again, for some people, it may be the loud music, but for me, I absolutely love toning it down, shutting out social media, news, whatever, and actually just listening, sitting outside, even if it's not a stroll. Say you physically can't get that stroll in, because some people, you may have a physical ailment. Just sit in the quiet and listen to the nature, listen to your surroundings. And I guarantee you, if you do that about 15 minutes a day, you'll rediscover nature, number one, but you also rediscover your inner, like having that conversation with yourself.
Right. And also for me, I have to remind myself not to expend energy on things that are not relative to a situation, or that don't serve me either personally or professionally. And now obviously I'm just kind of getting back into my weekly routine. So I have to be mindful of that. And, I am ready. And I'm excited. And, this weekend really was really just so nice to relax. And I don't do that often. And obviously I needed it, because yesterday afternoon, I'm like, okay, got to get my clothes ready, bring them over on the other side, make sure I have my water, make sure I have my car keys, because I do go out for my morning coffee, got to do that. And I know Cassie doesn't drink coffee, but I just love that. After I do my first workout, I run down to Cumbies, get my coffee, come back, and I'm sitting there and it's nice and quiet, and I read and I enjoy my coffee, and that's like bliss to me. And I do my journaling and I just love it. And then I do my second workout. Today I did kickboxing. Yes, I was definitely a little rusty. And I'm kind of feeling it right about now, but it's all good. I'm really happy that I had that opportunity to do my morning routine, because it just kind of like lightens me up.
Yeah, I had sore muscles most of the week, even though I pushed through some pickleball. And it was from an activity that I don't normally do, but obviously that's telling me those are muscles that you are not working out enough. And I was jet skiing, holding on for my dear life with my thighs and the inner thighs, talking about a burn because we were on there for a good 30 minutes. And my driver, shout out to Kristen Hodge, was very patient because I said, if you try to flip me off this thing, girlfriend, I'm going to deck you because there's an age difference. She's in her 30s and ripping around this thing. I believe she said we were probably going about 35 miles an hour, which doesn't seem a lot. I think she said between 35 and 40. But on this little jet ski, yeah, someone like me is like, I value my life. Don't kill me. Don't make any sharp turns, because if I'm falling, and I'm really prepared for, when I fall happens. But as you get older, that is one thing that your mind, I don't want to say that plays tricks on you, but you understand the real impact that a fall can happen. And especially if you're hitting water, 35, 37 miles an hour, doesn't seem like a lot, but depending on how your body falls, it could be like landing on cement. So you do have to be careful of those things. That's one thing I love about youth is their mind is really a no fear zone. And let's hope we keep it that way with what's going on in our world. But they just have that intimate relationship with going for it. They don't think about the consequences. They don't, fear doesn't even, really get into their mindset. Especially if they're a daredevil. So yeah, my thighs were a little sore, not gonna lie, last week. So today is actually the first day that they feel pretty good. So I'm gonna get out and get some movement in myself. But it's money mindset. As we said, if you're finding difficulty in either staying focused or you're feeling a little overwhelmed and you feel like, oh, you know what, if it takes for you just sitting down and saying, okay, how can I get my mindset on track? Maybe it's just a pad and paper. Maybe you just have to write some lists down of things that you're going to accomplish just for today. Maybe you actually opened up your journal or your planner and you had all good intentions yesterday on Sunday, writing out what your week was going to be like. And then Monday morning you look, I actually put all that down on that list. There's no way. That's okay. Break it down. Maybe check off 2 things, focus just on 2, and then go to the next 2. When you find that you complete a task, and I'm saying complete, if you got on there, make your bed, that's a task, put it down there. So be kind to yourself that way and understand that it doesn't matter that you can't finish it. The fact is that the intention is there, and whatever is left still on that list, you can carry it over to Tuesday, to Wednesday, however. And by the time you get to Friday, when you've kind of spaced things out, because you know what, on Sunday, maybe you were feeling good. Maybe you had every good intention. You were motivated. I'm going to, how many of us do that? So Monday morning, I'm getting up and I've got 15 things on my list and I'm going to get them done. And you get to like number 3 and you're like, ugh, life's second today. How many? I got 12. What was I thinking? Be gentle on yourself. Be kind to yourself and just say, no worries. I'm going to break this out a little bit easier. That's more palatable to where I am today. Because every day we change, right? Your mood changes, your mindset, your health and wellness, your fitness level, your desire. Those things change daily. So you've got to kind of regroup constantly. And that's what humanity is all about. We have to regroup. We have to rethink. We've got to change up the plan, and that's okay.
Regroup, replan, and know that what you set out to do is intentional. So the fact that you created a list, that was a good intentional energy well spent. So check off that you did your list. Check off that you made your bed. Those little things matter because that sets the groundwork for your mindset when things go kind of haywire, as sometimes they often do. So what better way to, I don't know, reward yourself than, like, when I do that check off, I'm like, yeah, I'm like ready to go. I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? It can be exciting, it's exhilarating, and that puts you on the path of doing more, creating more. And what better way to expend your energy than to be creative about it? Simple as a pad and paper, right? Or a journal, whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be complicated. Make it in a way that works for you and your schedule.
Right. I mean, some people use sticky notes. I mean, I'm not a big fan of sticky notes all over the place. It drives me kind of cray, and then I feel like I'm a little unorganized. And which sticky note am I looking at next? So, right. I mean, butterfly. I mean, there are some really cute. I'm not going to lie. I do use them. They're cute. I love sticky notes, but not in the sense of what I have to get done. Because for me, it's like if I see it on one sheet or that particular day in my planner, I'm more apt to just go back to that one area and say, okay, oh, shoot, what was I supposed to do? Who was I supposed to call? Like, I even write down who I got to call. Like, if I know that I'm going to do a follow-up call with, a customer, if I got to do a follow-up call with a doctor, I'm waiting for this, or I'm right in the middle of some very big projects regarding school committees. So I've got a lot of follow-up to do with different areas. And even those are on my to-do list because we need reminders, and that's okay. A lot of people, I should be able to remember that. Not really, because we're not all built. Some people have a very good memory. I have a good memory, but if I want to stay on top of where I'm supposed to follow up, I'm just one of those people that I have to keep a list. And we strongly encourage you to journal, to use a planner, to use a calendar, whatever it takes to keep you organized. Because when you're organized, you're not in a frenzy so much. You always know you can go back to it. And then when you kind of review at the end of the day, did I get that done? Shoot, I started it, but I didn't really finish it. That's okay. I'm going to move it to the next day. And that's going to keep you more organized. And when you're more organized, you feel much better. You feel like, okay, I got this today. I got me today. I can do this. So with that, we hope that you have a great Monday mindset. We gave you some great tips. We gave you some tips on organizing. We also gave you some healthy tips to be kind to yourself. That's probably one of the first things that you can do. Life jolts us, it moves us, it pivots us, it divots us, and that's okay. Life's supposed to be that way, because I always say in the end game, something worthwhile to complete in your life, whether it's a task, it's a meaningful thing, whether it's your health and wellness, it's not supposed to come easy. The reward is that you actually had to go through a journey, and sometimes that journey is mucky, it's hard, you're trudging through it, but it makes the win of what you've accomplished even that much sweeter. So keep that in mind. With that, this is Carol, so AKA Naughty Bus, live with
TwoSistas. Hey everyone, this is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, signing off on this Mindset Monday. Be creative, be kind to you and to others. We will see you tomorrow for Triumph Tuesday. Bye everyone, have a great day.
Bye-bye.